How did you feel when like Ben Trill or Trill, the word, like was used by everybody but you guys, right?
It was an issue for a minute. I didn't have any problem with people appropriating the term and like that. If you know it goes out into the lexicon, so be it. I didn't like the idea of people co-opting Trill with knowledge of where it came from. There were some people that literally did not know.
Right.
Right? And so I gave them grace for that. I educated them about it. Me and Joe Fresh Goods just made a t-shirt about it. Like when I met him, he was at Magic selling Trill shirts. I had to sit him down. I was like,
recently?
No, this was in his early years.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like, you need to build your own thing. So that's kind of when he started Joe Fresh Goods. But there were a couple of people that knew what it was, knew where it came from, and just thought that they could get away with just trying to monopolize my shit. And that's where things became a problem for me. You know what I'm saying? If we're all having fun making music, that's cool, but you're consciously trying to co-opt my term and monetize it. I wasn't even monetizing it in that way. And in retrospect, maybe that was a problem, that people didn't have a clear idea of where it came from and whose it was. So when that happened with the Ben Trill situation, I reached out to Russ because it started through SSUR, right? Through Russ's brand. And I told him about it.
Did it really start through Russ?
Yeah, Russ was the first one to have a bit. It started with Virgil and those guys, but the first merchandise that I saw was the Sir collaboration. It was promoted by the ATL twins, who are good dudes. I had no problem with them. But I called Russ and I said, Russ, yo, that Ben Trill, because it was not just the Ben Trill thing. That was one thing. The SSUR collaboration was like, fuck Trill. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Which
crazy.
was par for what Russ was doing.
Right.
It wasn't a jab of what we were doing, but their whole thing was very counterculture, antisocial approaches to things.
Like the Come At There Garçon, calm the fuck down.
Yeah, absolutely. So there was just the takes that they would do on shit. And I told him, I said, look, I'm going to be very honest. Like, I know you don't know what this means, but people wearing something that says fuck Trill in certain places could get fucked up. Like it could not, it would not be a good thing. And so Russ pulled everything. Russ pulled all the merch, everything, and destroyed it so that nobody could have it. But the Ben Trill stuff kept happening. And then I had to realize whose it was. And it was Virgil and Matthew at the time. But then they got snaked out of it by the guy, Matthew, that they were working with. So the same way, their thing was more DJ-driven and music-driven. And Ben Trill was like a DJ collective kind of a thing. And so when I finally met Virgil, I was like, I was very upset about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like you guys had more knowledge about where it came from. You know what I'm saying?
They definitely knew.
And he admitted, that they, it got a little away from him, and then they kind of got snaked out of what they were doing. So it was a learning experience for everybody involved.
Did you trademark Trill at this point?
I had it trademarked, and then we lost it, and then what happened? We didn't lose it, but we only trademarked it for certain events, certain things. So we did like T-shirts, hats, and stuff like that. And then next thing you know, it's Trill cigars and Trill wine and all this other type of shit.
Other people doing that, or you guys doing
Other people doing that. So, I mean, we're sending out cease and desist left and right,
so
but every now and then, some people were doing it, but not utilizing social media as much. So a lot of it fell under the radar. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't even know somebody was doing it, and by the time we sent the cease and desist, they would already make some good bread off of it.
Right. And
but then I had to, be more verbal about it, you know what I'm saying, and just let people know, like, you know what I'm saying, if you do this.
Yeah, I remember that. I feel like you went public with it, didn't you?
I did.
And that's definitely out of your character.
But it was something that I had to take a stand, because it not only affects me, at this point it affects, Pimp's legacy, his estate and all of that. So we can't just let people do what they want to do with our shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to have to do things beyond saying don't do it. That should be enough.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying?